Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Okay, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so shall we start now? So how was yesterday? Yesterday assignment?
Video siapa?
Okay, so yesterday it was about vowels, right?
Yes.
Vowels and vowels and vowels.
Our phrase.
Our phrase.
Talk about infinitive, gerund, participle,
Participle.
and participle. For the phrases, vowel phrases, we use gerund phrase, infinitive phrase, and participle phrase, right? 6, we use things. So, okay, mostly we use vowel phrases in our sentence, right? To make our sentence to more descriptive. Okay, so now today is number 5. So this is the topic 5, right? Okay, so this one also about, mostly we have problems since English communication is not our first language, and it's also not the second language as well. We use that as a foreign language, right? So the other thing is like, okay, read to improve your English. You better have to read a lot to make it better. Read a lot to be rich in vocabularies. Read it if you want to improve more. So this is mostly people encourage, right? Encourage you to read. But the thing is, when we read the book, we encounter with difficult vocabularies, right? The meaning of the words. Then when we encounter the meanings of the words, what happened? We do not want to continue reading. We just want to stop there. And we just want to close the book, right? Because of the meanings of the words. So at the time, another one thing is we cannot memorize every single word from the book and every single words from dictionary. Then the other thing is finding the words in the dictionary takes long time, right? And these days, we depends on the apps, different application of the high technology. We can have dictionary application we can search this by typing the words and search from our phone. So it's make it easy to find the meaning of the words compared to our time 10 years ago. While learning English, we have to bring a big thick book of dictionary, okay? So to learn English, we always need dictionary. We always keep dictionary with us when we learn English. But this century, some people learn English, they don't even need dictionary. And then they have a phone application to find the meanings of the words. All right, so why do other like teacher or some other English speaker encourage you to read? Because by reading, like the other day, I always mention, by reading books, you can enrich your vocabularies, right? And when you know a lot of the meanings and vocabularies, so what happened to you? You can write better, and you know how to modify the sentence words. And then after you can write very well, the communication is there to be a better communicator confidently, right? So the most important thing is to be confident in reading, writing, listening, speaking. But in order to be confident, we mostly face the problem with vocabularies, right? I have an idea, I want to write this. I have an idea, I want to talk this, right? I have an idea, I want to deliver this message, but my problem is vocabularies, grammar, right? So we always have that one to translate the meaning of the words. So we have to, that time to, in order to overcome the difficulties of vocabulary, learning vocabulary, we have to read, right? So while reading, when you see the new words, what do you usually do when you read English? Do you read English books sometimes, like a short story, long story, or novels, or Bible? Do you read any English things? No? So I just want to encourage you to read more if you're really learning to this communicative arts in English. So what do you want to say, Sarkalumu?
I'm just read the Bible verses in English. Just in simple. I read simples and I think simple.
So mostly you read Bible. Yeah. Bible and the prayer, right? So this is, that thing is like newspaper. Do you also read newspaper? No? Okay. But at least if you read like short story from different application, you can also offline, offline reading short story book. You can have offline from the Play Store. You can also download it from the Play Store, like short story, English short story, offline. So you can download it. And then, do you subscribe any reading clubs or any reading applications? Okay, so no, all right. So it will be better. Okay, it will be better to subscribe in reading, like a book, like story, or you can download from application. Like I usually tell the student to download some application like English short story. They have like, if you do not have a lot of time, you can find this like English story from Play Store, and they have a lot of story like long story, like for example, they have long story, short story. With this one, they have a lot, the list of story. So then you can press whatever you want, and here, short story reading, okay? And there's a lot. You don't need.
There. Today we are going to sharpen our minds. Now, what words can we make with C, D, L, O, and U? Cool.
So you have different application for reading,
This
right?
one, I have that one.
You have that one, right? Like, what did you say? Sorry?
I have already downloaded that one. And
Yeah,
also
that's great.
it sounds in English.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how, just giving you some suggestions, right? You cannot depend on only the class. You also have to depend on yourself, right? In order to improve. Okay. So now we're going to start with the theme is today. Why do I talk about that? Because we are going to talk about vocabulary build up. So before we start the topic vocabulary build up, how do you learn your vocabulary, to remember your vocabulary?
Mostly we used to memorize it.
Yeah, memorize it, right? Memorize it is a kind of common type of learning vocabulary. We cannot avoid from memorizing. But by seeing this all the time, you can sometimes stick on the paper, like small piece of paper, and stick it in your bedroom or on the wall. And in the morning, as soon as you get up, you can look at that. If you see that vocabulary every day, you don't even have to memorize. Then you can remember that. And then how can we memorize all the meaning of the words, right? We can't memorize. It's a lot. We can't memorize the whole dictionary. And I have heard someone in Tickle that he memorized all the whole dictionary. I think he's already 70 or 75 years old. Some people mentioned to me like that. Wow, I just want to talk to that person. How did you memorize the whole dictionary, right? Okay, so I think it doesn't need to, you don't need to memorize all dictionary, but you just have to know how they build up the vocabulary. Okay, so this is how we are going to talk about in unit number 5, topic 5, vocabulary build up. So this is also concerned with that to make a better writing and then a better speaking. Okay, so first, why do we have to know vocabulary build up and what is it for? So it refers to the word that used in the language. So that's why when we communicate with the language, right? So to make that language better and to make that language more effective, we have to use the words. So to choose the word, your choice of the words is also very important. If you can use the vocabulary which is really meaningful to the point, then you can use only one word that can make brief, right? To the brief and short. So that's why we have to know vocabulary. So refers to the word that used in the language. So the most important things for our communication is the language. And next, a strong vocabulary facilitates precise writing. So that strong vocabulary, like earlier the same, strong vocabulary facilitates, it makes your precise writing. To choke the vocabulary, strong vocabulary, writing facilitate that precise writing. Okay, that can be precise, right? Shilling composition it can help you. So that's why we have to have a strong vocabulary. And then helps avoid vague words. Vague words are I like that thing. Something like that. Things the college something like that. They like that. Okay. Hello, vague words they want the avoid sharp the vocabulary helps. And describe specific settings, emotions, and ideas. Say need about how setting the cuckoo a jungle the cuckoo tembia pubono, describe pobia be specific teacher pobia be nine it. Sagadizagaloan vocabulary net. Follow let's report your idea, setting the emotions to the vocabulary net, wahara net, vocabulary wahara, you're not for harago, pobia be nine. And action words to descriptive words. Action words là the life view move looks on this like a low mono. Action words to descriptives. Looks on check down the descriptives that let wait the yo for some check tipo or shendia nine one the low sound checks like a long on the descriptives. Descriptives are tayo po bida no long wa go minta tenda lose like a long net velo vocabulary line tomale. So the vocabulary break these descriptive words Another one is use new words in a piece of writing. So kuya kuna writing kuya compositions new words the vocabulary build up stuff. No? So now not only for the writing but also for your speaking. So that's why we also need to know that people no that TV dali ru pian phat mai so yin naw ja ko ba ko athei siat pian li la le so yin da li de ko ti ti ta phit taw ma no. So this is how we have to know about we have to know vocabulary build up ba jaung ayi ti tale, right? Another one is like vocabulary builds up ways to improve vocabulary. The vocabulary how do you improve your vocabulary? How do you learn to remember your vocabularies, like memorize? Yeah, everybody likes it's easy to memorize, but we can't memorize all. Now, at that time, if you see all the time, you can remember the words. Now here, the first way is develop a reading habit. So reading habit. Reading habit. So I always encourage you to read. So communicate low that comma. effective ဖြစ်အောင်ဘာလုပ်ရလဲစာများများဖတ်ရတယ် so ကိုယ့်ရဲ့စာဖတ်တဲ့အလေ့အကျင့်ပေါ့နော် reading habit ကိုယ့်ရဲ့စာဖတ်တဲ့အလေ့အကျင့်ကိုတိုးတက်အောင်လုပ်ပေးပါ so you have to you know you have to fall in love with reading နော်ဖတ်တာဒါရုပ်ကအများနဲ့တက်နေရတာပေါ့နော် so ဒီဟာဖတ်တယ်ဘာလို့ဒီ habit ကိုဖတ်ခြင်းအဖြစ်ဘလို့တိုးတက်မှုရှိမလဲဆိုတော့သူက seeing words appear in novels or newspaper articles အဲ့ဒီ newspaper article ကနေဝတ္ထုတွေကနေ novels ကနေထွက်ပေါ်လာတဲ့စကားလုံးတွေကိုမြင်ခြင်းအဖြစ် it can be far more helpful than seeing the appearance vocabulary list okay list ရေးထားတယ် list တစ်ခုလုံးကိုစာအုပ်တစ်အုပ်ထဲမှာရေးထားတယ်အဲ့ list တစ်ခုလုံးကိုအလွတ်ကျက်ပြီးတော့မြင်နေတိုင်းမြင်တာထက်ဟိုပေါ့ newspaper ထဲမှာ vocabulary ထဲမှာမြင်လိုက်တဲ့စကားလုံးကပုံမှန်မိလွယ်တယ်ဒါဆိုကွာဒီပုံပြင်ကိုကွာနားလည်ရမှာလေနားလည်တဲ့အခါမှာကွာ dictionary ထဲမှာရှာလိုက်တော့အော်ဒါကိုပြောချင်တာဆိုပြီးတော့ကွာအတိတ်ခါတဲ့တရုပ်ပုံဖော်လိုက်လို့ရတယ် descriptive လို့ပေါ့နော်အဲ့လိုတွေလုပ်လို့ရတယ်ဆိုတော့ခုနဒီ vocabulary list မှာပေါ်တဲ့စကားလုံးထက်ဘောနော်ကွာ list တွေလောက်ထားတဲ့ noun ကပါ adjective ကပါ vocabulary တို့ verb form တွေအကုန်လုံး list လောက်ထားတယ်အဲ့ဒီစကားလုံးထက် newspaper ကနေဝတ္ထု novels ကနေကိုကတွေ့လိုက်တဲ့စကားလုံးကပို့ပြီးတော့အထောက်အကူဖြစ်တယ်ပို့ပြီးမှတ်မိလွယ်တယ်ပေါ့နော် so that's why we have to reading စာပိုက်ထဲကနေဖတ်တဲ့အခါမှာပို့မှတ်မိတယ် you just tried it ဒီတလုံးကိုခဏကြရလေးငါတရက်ကိုလုံး30တာကြက်နေတာ right no but what happened you don't know where to use it right ခါလီကဘယ်နာ3ညမှမသိတာဖြစ်တတ်တယ်ပေါ့နော် another one is use the dictionary and thesaurus ဒီ dictionary သုံးပေးပါအဘိဓာန်ဒီပေါ့နော်ဒီ thesaurus ကဒီဝဟာရပရိဒါကျမ်းပေါ့ဒါဒီ dictionary ထက်တော့ကြီးသွားတာပေါ့နော်ကျမ်းဖြစ်သွားဒီ dictionary သုံးပေးပါဒါခဏလေးdictionary သုံးတာကတော့I don't like to use dictionary because that a chain go no but we just have to try it then nowadays we don't even need to use the dictionary we have like dictionary applications like British English American English or English to Myanmar to Myanmar or Myanmar to English right we have a lot of applications from the smartphone so like it's easier these days to learn English so online dictionary like online dictionary or thesauruses are helpful resources it is helpful resources ဒါခုနပြောသလိုပဲအများကြီးကူညီပေးတယ် definition can also educate about antonym so definition သူရဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ဖွင့်ဆိုချက်ပေါ့နော် what's you look up the word in dictionary you found the word you found the meaning of the words အစလုံးတွေ့တဲ့အခါမှာ definition ကိုသိတဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ဖွင့်ဆိုချက်တွေကိုသိတဲ့အခါမှာ it can educate about နောက်ထပ်ဘာသိအောင်မလဲဆို dictionary ကြည့်ခြင်းအပြင် antonym တို့ synonym တို့သိအောင် antonym က sentence ဖက်စကားလုံးတို့ opposite words တွေ antonym တို့ synonym ကကျတော့ same meaning တွေပေါ့နော်အလိုလေးတွေသိလာမယ် root words စကားလုံးကဘယ်ကနေလာတာလဲ and then related word သူစကားလုံးကြည့်ခြင်းအဖြစ် dictionary လမ်းကြည့်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်အဲ့မှာ subject ကပါ adjective ကပါ noun ကပါလဲဆိုရင်အဲ့စာအုပ်ထဲမှာပုံစုံတာပေါ့နော်တချို့ဒီ English dictionary မှာလဲစုံပါတယ် like they just give what is adjective what is verb what is noun so it can also help you so like the first one develop a reading habit the second one dictionary and thesaurus and next one play the word game that vocabulary bit I look at come on play the word games Scrabble Bogle I don't know this a kind of game Scrabble Salonio PNC a crossword puzzle and then the now you have like phone application you have that one too like you know to fix the block small block right this is also helping you to improve your vocabulary someone sending message okay another one keep a list of a different words so that time you see like follow up round of these word games with a little note taking you know you play the game you make a puzzle game you tried it but without taking a note you will not remember so make sure that take the notes so taking notes it's a kind of have a good habit right a good habit whatever you go whatever you do always bring like actually you at least you should have like small notes right so whenever you go you know when you see the new words like write it down in the blank and then you always keep the small note with the pen so don't forget to take a note so this is the way we learn vocabulary and keep a list of different words. List of different words là noun là adjective là adverb là the lady của nó list like cô bà cô keep ရေးထားပြီးမယ် notes ထဲမှာလည်းရေးမယ်ပြီးတော့အဲ့လိုပေါ့နော်ဘာလေးလဲဆိုတာyou can keep it in the notebook or you can also have like size books to keep your vocabulary up. Another one is use flashcards. Use flashcards. Mostly kids class. In the kids class, we usually use flashcards to remember the words. The kids remember more if you use the flashcards to teach them. But flashcards that are denoted by Maro online class, we don't usually use flashcards. We usually use with like, we have to prepare with the PowerPoint presentation with the pictures. So this is also flashcards, right? That makes you to remember more because you can see the pictures of that. So flashcards, study a number of words via flashcards. So you can study a lot of vocabulary via the flashcards. And also, smartphone application makes flashcards convenient and easy to recognize, organized. So smartphone also you can have like different application, vocabulary improvement. So they also have like different applications. So you can also download it. They also give with a picture, like picture dictionary. Another one is assimilate dozens of English words every single day. နေ့တိုင်းစကားလုံးတွေအများကြီးကိုစွဲမြဲမှတ်သားထားအောင်ပေါ့လေ့ကျင့်ရအောင်ပေါ့နော် assimilate. So we have to စိတ်ထဲမှာစွဲမြဲမှတ်သားနိုင်ဖို့အတွက်ကိုမှတ်ထားရတယ် dozens of English dozen က dozen ကိုပြောတာ right ဒါပေမဲ့ dozens အများကြီးပေါ့စကားလုံးအများကြီးကိုတရက်မှာအများကြီးလေးရနိုင်အောင်အတွက်ကိုစွဲမြဲမှတ်ထားရတာပေါ့နော် and then subscribe to the word of the day. Word of the day ဆိုရင်ဘယ်လိုပေါ့ subscribe လုပ်ပေးထားပါတော့ online ဒီမှာဆိုရင် online နေနဲ့အများနဲ့ access ဖြစ်တယ်လို့ you can subscribe that they will send you email all the time. Subscribe လုပ်တဲ့ကြောင့် email တော့သူတို့အများပို့တာရှိရယ် news တစ်ခုစလုံးအသစ်တွေတင်တော့မယ်ဘာညာ lesson တွေတစ်ခုစသူတို့ပို့ပေးတာရှိရပါတော့ this is you have to subscribe to the new the word of the day. So now you're learning this one, right? What do you subscribe to improve yourself? So this is also a kind of self-study improvement. You can subscribe to newspaper or maybe magazine or like the reading center like Pearson or Longman. So the books are a good publisher from Cambridge, like different book publisher. So you can also subscribe from that. Okay, if you don't want to read, even you can just watch from the YouTube. It can also helpful in vocabulary build up. So 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another one is mnemonic. So what is mnemonic? Mnemonic is like to make you, memorize, remember. To make you memorize, remember the words. Okay, because it's okay. Sometimes, oh, I'm so old now. I can't remember many things now. How can I learn, right? So at that time, it's not that we can make it. We can create new things. How can we remember the words? So a form of word association that helps you remember words, definitions, and remember words, definition, and proper uses. So a form of words, for example, beauty. B-A-U-T, beauty. Beauty, beautiful, beautifully, right? Pretty, prettier, prettiest, the lady will not adjective. But beauty now, beautiful adjective, beautifully adverb. The lady will a form of what's alone like the 8 speech tema. Okay, the lady we have to remember the words. And practice using new words in conversation. Okay, new words to conversations you have to use it. Oh, you learn it, but you just keep it in your notebook and you study only in your book. So what happened? You don't know how then everything just in your book. Then if you don't use it, what happened? We forget it, right? Oh, the matter like that, diamond piamatong. But we have a palayare, pialamatong piapu. So what happened? It just in the book. It just remained in your books. Right? So we have to make it used in the real conversations. Practice using new words in the conversation. So like earlier, now nobody has with you to practice the conversation with you, right? But some people might have a chance to practice your English to communicate with other people. But if you cannot communicate, what can you do is Write. That's why I always tell you write down. Write assignment, right? Write paragraph, write sentences, write it. So this is also making you to use the new words in your writing, to use it in your writing and in your, speaking. Another one is practice new word here. Put your personal dictionary. So, put your personal dictionary, like we have personal dictionary, right? Everybody might have that dictionary in your phone. You also need to keep your own dictionary. But if you think like the books, English to English books dictionary, if it is Oxford, that was helpful for you, can keep that book with you. And note interesting words in your reading. Note. Take note taking ပေါ့နော် ဖတ်ပြီးရတဲ့ဘာလို့လဲ take notes တွေကိုထုတ်ယူပြီးပါ interesting words in your reading စိတ်ဝင်စားစရာကောင်းတယ်ဆိုစကားလုံးလေးတွေကိုတော့ take it notes okay ဖတ်နေတဲ့အချိန်မှာ right and make a point of using it in conversation အဲ့ဒီမှာကိုထုတ်လိုက်တဲ့အဲ့စကားလုံးတွေကိုစောက်ထင်မှာပဲတင်ပြီးတော့ပြန်ပြီးလို့ကြက်လို့လဲဘာဖြစ်လဲထက်ကြက်လဲဟိုရတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့မသုံးရင်တော့it will not be useful. So you have to use it in conversation and also in your composition. Conversations. So this is like how we have to improve vocabulary. Okay. So to improve your vocabulary, I just like here, there are 7 ways to improve your vocabulary, right? So which one do you use to improve your vocabulary? So kuna ways if you're at him. ကိုကဂိမ်းတွေပုံစံနဲ့သွားမှာလားတချို့ကြတော့သူတို့ကဘာလို့လုပ်လဲဆိုတော့လေ flash cut ပုံစံမျိုးပေါ့နော် they just draw it and not drawing it they write it in a small piece of paper so small pieces they go if they wait for the bus နေရာမှာ bus class outတာဖြစ် for example traveling or maybe waiting for something they take out the word စကားလုံးလေးတွေပြန်ထုတ်တဲ့အိတ်ထဲကနေပြန်ကြည့်တယ်ပြန်ရေးတယ် right so sometimes some people make in that way to learn new vocabulary okay the 7th way here to make your learn new words. Okay, so now one question. So you've been learning like we learn English for a long time, right? So these days, how do you improve yourself in learning vocabulary? How do you improve your vocabulary? What do you use to improve your vocabulary? Which way do you mostly do?
Since we were young, we were taught to read it by heart. Then when we grew up, we used to use playing games like crosswords game, and sometimes we practice using new words in conversation.
Yeah, new words, right? The way. And
personally, I think reading habit would be more effective because there are a lot of new words you can learn there. And sometimes you will see unusual words are used in sentence or paragraph.
Okay, got it. Thank you for your sharing. Okay, so next one, this is like how we improve our vocabulary, right? Okay, so next one is like number 1. So this is under vocabulary built up, and this is we just start number 1. Okay, there are number 3. Do you remember how many numbers in this unit? 3 numbers. Do you read the syllabus?
Yeah.
What are we going to learn today?
Vocabulary build up.
So under vocabulary build up, how many topics?
3 topics. 3 topics.
3 topics.
Topics? Yeah, 3 topics. What are the 3 topics? Do you see that? No. Okay. We are going to talk about idioms, idiomatics, the first one. And second one is compound words. The third one is figure. Okay. So make sure that next week, if I start 3 days, you have to know all the topic. All right. Okay. Yeah. So you will know that what we're going to learn today, right? Okay, if not, it will be like a surprise, right? Okay, so now in the idiomatic, the first one is idioms and idiomatic expression, or we can also call idiomatic. Idioms. Idioms like, how do you say that in Myanmar? Ubaza saga. Ubaza, not ubama, okay, ubaza saga. All right, and what else then? Delay tong saga. for example right ဓလေ့သုံးစကား cultures နဲ့လည်းဆိုင်တာပေါ့နော် okay so ဥပစာစကားဓလေ့သုံးစကား so we can so idiom so idiomatics ဒီ idioms idiomatics မှာလည်း vocabulary build up ထဲမှာပါတယ်ဒါကစကားလုံးကိုသူသုံးလိုက်တာပေါ့နော်ဘယ်လိုသုံးသွားတယ်လဲဆိုတဲ့ဟာလေးတွေခါလေးကျသူတို့သုံးလိုက်တဲ့စကားလုံးကိုအဲ့အတိုင်းပဲကိုတမတ်ထဲဘာသာပြန်လို့မရဘူးဘာလို့ခါလေးကျအဲ့တလုံးတွေ့တယ်ဟာဘာလို့ဘယ်လိုပြန်ရတဲ့ခါလေးပြန်တဲ့ခါမှာခါလေးကျပြန်လို့မရတဲ့အခြေအနေရှိတယ်ပေးထားတဲ့ပုံစံနဲ့ပေးထားတဲ့စကားလုံးနဲ့ဆိုလိုရင်းအတိတ်ပဲ definition က different လုံးဝကိုမတူတဲ့စာကြောင်းလေးတွေရှိတယ် okay so now another one words and phrases aren't meant to be taken literally လုံးစိတ်ပတ်စိတ်ဒီစကားလုံးတွေကသူပေးထားတဲ့စကားလုံးတွေ phrase တွေကအဲ့ဒီ idiom ဆိုတဲ့စာကြောင်းထဲမှာသုံးလိုက်တဲ့စကားလုံးတွေ phrases တွေကလုံးဝကိုသူပေးထားတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲလုံးစိတ်ပတ်စိတ်အတိတ်ပဲဖြစ်လို့ right it means and it contain meanings that may not be obvious so it not be obvious but simply looking at the individual words contained therein so the လုံးချင်းစီရဲ့အတိတ်ပဲအဲ့စာကြောင်းထဲမှာပေးထား idioms ကြောင်းမှာပေးထားစကားလုံးချင်းအတိတ်ပဲတစ်လုံးချင်းစီအတိတ်ပဲကိုပြန်လို့လည်းမရဘူး right ဆိုတော့ဒီထဲမှာပါလာတဲ့ contain therein ဆိုခုနစာကြောင်းပါလာတဲ့စကားလုံးเนาะ it may not be obvious ရှင်းရှင်းလင်းလင်းကိုဒီအတိတ်ပဲပြန်လို့မရဘူး and summarize or reflects commonly held cultural experience ဆိုခုနပြောတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲပေါ့เนาะအဲ့ဒါ delay သုံးတာပေါ့เนาะdelay သုံးတာဆန္ဒ delay ဆန္ဒပေါ့เนาะဘာလို့ delay ဆန္ဒ experience cultural experience ဒီမှာသုံးတဲ့အဲ့ဒါကိုသူတို့အတူချုပ်အနေနဲ့ reflect လုပ်တဲ့ပုံစံလေးနဲ့သုံးတာကို idioms an expression that's contain configurative meaning ပေါ့เนาะဒီ expression ကဒီတခုခုကိုပေါ့เนาะပုံဖော်ထားတဲ့ meaning configurative meaning ကိုပုံဖော်ထားတဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်တစ်ခုပုံဖော်ထားတဲ့အဲ့ဒီစာကြောင်းမှာပုံဖော်ထားတဲ့စာကြောင်းကတကယ်အဓိပ္ပာယ်တရားမှုနဲ့ different ဖြစ်လားလုံးဝခြားနားတယ်ဥပမာဆိုရင် it is raining cats and dogs ဆိုတော့ခွေးနဲ့ကြောင်ကမိုးရွာနေတာလားအဲ့ဒါဘာသာပြန်တလုံးလုံးကိုက it's raining cats and dogs လို့ပြောရဆိုရင်ခွေးနဲ့ကြောင်နဲ့မိုးရွာသည်ဖြစ်သွားရော right ဆိုတော့အဲ့လိုတခါတည်းဘာသာပြန်လို့မရအောင် right အဲ့တော့ခုနလိုပြောတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲသူတရုပ်ဖော်တဲ့စကားလုံးအဓိပ္ပာယ်ပါထားတဲ့အစာကြောင်းမှာဖော်ပြတဲ့စကားလုံးတွေကတကယ်ဆိုလိုရင်းအဓိပ္ပာယ် literal meaning ပေါ့လုံးစစ်ပတ်စစ်လို့ချင်တဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ် phrase တဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ကခြားနားမှုရှိရယ်ဆိုတော့ခုနပြောတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲ it's raining cats and dogs ဆိုတာဘာအဓိပ္ပာယ်ကဘာကြီးလဲ
it's rain very heavily
right it's very heavily ဘုကပြင်းပြင်းထန်ထန်ရွာတာလို့ပြောတာ it's raining cats and dogs right ဆိုတော့ခွေးနဲ့ကြောင်နဲ့မိုးရွာနေသည်ဆိုပြီးတော့တခါလေးပြန်လို့ရလားမရဘူး so it's different from the literal meaning right so we cannot do that is called idioms look hard right okay so do you understand the first one we are going to talk about number 1 idioms or idiomatics right so အဲ့ခါမှာကိုဘာသာပြန်တဲ့ခါမှာကိုလည်းဒုက္ခရောက်တယ်လीနော်တစ်ချိန်လုံးစာဖတ်တဲ့စာပေဗမာလိုတစ်ချိန်လုံးပြန်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ဒီလို idiom လေးတွေမြင်တဲ့ခါကျတော့လေဘာဖြစ်သွားလဲမသိဘူး right so something like mostly we translate that one, right? Okay. So another one here, example, under the weather. So you think to out ma phit twa rai no? Okay. So the guess solo in day bega you are standing under the rain. So kuna mo ywa ni da out ma matayat ni da lo pyo da mhobu no under the weather. Okay, အဲ့ဒါနဲ့အတိတ်ပဲဆိုလို့မရဘူး under the weather as an idiom that's universally understood that means sick or ill ကျွန်တော်ဖျားနေတယ် I'm under the weather ဆိုပါပြီလေအငါဒီနေ့ကြောင်းလာနိုင် I'm sick right so နေမကောင်း so you can say that one ဆိုတော့ဒါလည်းပေါ့သုံးတဲ့ပုံစံကတစ်မျိုးဖြစ်သွားတယ် right ဆိုတော့ all that တကယ်ကိုစာအမြဲဖတ်တဲ့လူဆိုရင်ဒီစလုံးလေးတွေမြင်နေဆိုရင် oh this is idiomatic words and you can you can understand that meaning and hold your tongue ဆိုပြီးရှာကိုတက်ကင်ထားပါတယ်ကိုရှာကိုကင်ထားလို့ရတာဒိတ်တယ်ရတကယ်လို့ဘာသာပြန်လိုက်မယ်ဆိုရင်လည်း hold your tongue hold ကိုကင်ထားပါ your tongue ဆိုရှာကိုကင်ထားပါဖြစ်သွားတယ် right so အဲ့ဒီချိန်မှာဒီ idioms ကဘာဖြစ်လဲ Solo in day bene the kare bala piano maya usureha exam right? This doesn't actually mean that you should stick your finger in your mouth and grab because that can be shower toe, right? And grab the whole of your tongue. Okay, but that shower toe it means that you shouldn't talk.
You should talk. You shouldn't talk.
Còn nó mà là blue béo này mà là Shamshineဆိုတာအေရှာမရှိတဲ့ပုံစံပေါ့နော်ဒါမှမဟုတ်နှုတ်ဆောင်စီးပါအဲ့လိုလေးတွေဟုတ်နော်ဆိုတော့okay ဗမာလိုလည်းရှိရဟုတ်တယ်နော်အဲ့ဒီဥပစာစကားတွေလေ we also have that idioms so ဒါကခုနအသေးပဲရှင်းသွားတဲ့အတိုင်းပဲနော် it doesn't mean it doesn't you cannot take that literally you know it cannot it's different from the meaning. So this is called idioms. Okay. So a idioms na le ba thema pa le so vocabulary enrich your vocabulary. Vocabulary build up လုပ်တဲ့နေရာမှာလေ idioms ကလည်းအများကြီးကိုအထောက်အကူပေးတာပေါ့နော်ဖတ်တဲ့အခါမှာရောရေးတဲ့အခါမှာရော So for example here example တော့ပေးထားတယ် you can't judge a book by its cover ဒါလူတိုင်းသိတယ်နော်အပြင်ကအစာအုပ်ရဲ့အဖုံကနေကြည့်ပြီးတော့ဗာလဲ judge မဆုံးဖြတ်နဲ့ပေါ့နော် judge လို့အဲ့ဒါကတော့ဘာပြောချင်တာလဲ the game meanings gotta don't assume you know something based solely on its outward appearance ပေါ့ခါလေးကြရင်ဒီမုတ်စိတ်မွေးနေရုပ်ဆိုးလိုက်တာသပင်းနဲ့ရှေ့ဖောက်ဖျားလာနဲ့ကြောက်စရာကြီး right so တကယ်တမ်းဒီတော့လူတွေကကျင်နာတဲ့လူဖြစ်သွားရော right so like and then sometimes like the book okay စာအုပ်ဖတ်တော့မယ်so ပြည့်ပေးတူးနေရတဲ့ဒါပေမဲ့အထဲမှာစာအုပ်ကအတိတ်ပဲရှိရဲ့စာလေးတွေပေါ့နော် something like don't judge a book by its cover. All right, now every cloud has silver lining. So every cloud ဘာလာပြန်လိုက်မယ်ရှိလဲ silver lining ရှိမိုးတိမ်ဒီမှာဝေ line လေးတွေရှိရတာ okay a good thing comes as a result of a bad thing ဘာလဲအဆိုးပြီးအကောင်းတော့လာပါပဲဟုတ်တယ်နော် okay so every like ဘာလို့ပါပြေးလဲဘာလို့ပြန်လာကြားဘူးလဲ
မုန်တိုင်းပြေးတော့လေပြေးလေးချင်း
မုန်တိုင်းပြီးပါဆိုရင် okay and then another clue once in a blue moon ဆိုတာဘာပြောလဲ blue moon
very shy
very rarely sharp ပါဘောနော်ဟဲ့အခုအင် sharp ပါဒီလူလာဖူးတာပဲပေါ့နော် once in a blue moon okay ဘာသာပြန်ဘယ်လိုဖြစ်မှာလဲပြရအောင်ဟုတ်ပါဘူးပြရအောင်လာမင်းလေးဟလာတစ်ခေါက်လောက်ကိုဖြစ်သွားရော right okay, so that's why သူနဲ့တခိုက်ပြန်လို့မရဘူးဆိုတဲ့ဟာပြောတာပေါ့နော် another one is back to the drawing board back to the drawing board so that means restart the process from the beginning okay ကိုပြင်လိုက်တဲ့ PowerPoint ဟုတ်တယ်မလား presentation လုပ်လိုက်တယ်အဲ့ဒီကောင် manager ကဘာပြောလိုက်တယ် back to the drawing board ဆိုပြီးထွက်သွားလိုက်တယ်ကိုကဘာလုပ်မှာလဲ drawing board တက်ကင်ပြီးတထားလို့မရအနောက်ဖက်ကို right so you have to start it again right restart the process
all the process to start again
yeah you have to start the process again so do you understand the idioms ဒါဒီလိုလေးရှိရပေါ့နော်ဒါသုံးတဲ့အခါမှာရဖတ်တဲ့အခါမှာရso we have to know these idioms under the vocabulary okay so another another one is we have like she was tickled pink by the good news she was tickled pink very happy your turn you're hands down the best player on the team okay your hand down said there is no competition hand down okay hand downs were better he's been down in the down lately down lately so sad or depressed he's been depressed right I feel sick as a dog right I feel sick as a dog so what does that mean very sick I feel very sick right And then my grandmother has been under the weather. Not very well, right? So my grandmother has been under the weather. So and then rise and shine. So wake up and be happy. Close but not cigar. Very close but did not make it. So close but not cigar. You were very close but did not make it. The cuckoo needs a dead. I'm a
Cigar.
yeah, but no cigar. Okay, close but no cigar. I could play outside till the cows come home. Right, until the cows come home. No, I'll be alive. Okay, when the cows comes home. So what is that? Right, I could play outside for a very long time. Okay, so this is how we call this idiom and idiomatics. So the vocabulary vocabulary, no? A day bag will let dictionary at the correct shallow me as a lonely she. So you have to know that this is how it's useful for making new meaning. Sentence are not new sentence, like vocabulary, simple vocabulary, but it makes you with a new meaning, right? Okay, so this is number 1, idiomatics and idioms, idiomatic expressions. Okay, so here, assignment 1. Write the meaning of idioms. So make a long story short. No pain, no gain about your channel. Right? Put someone's like. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. A picture is worth 1,000 words. 1,000 words. Don't count your chicken before they hatch. Give someone a cold shoulder. It's raining cats and dog. Cats and dog. So like you can make the meaning. Try to write the meaning of this idiom. You can find a lot of words. Like example, but I just give you some example only, right? Okay, so do you understand number 1, idioms and idiomatics?
Yes.
Okay, so number 2, compound. Compound words. Now compound words. WORDS words. Compound words too. Okay, so we have compound words. Compound words and compound words. I forgot to type the words. Okay, and compound word. Okay, so I think it's okay. You can just look at it later. Okay, so compound words here. Number 2 is compound words under vocabulary build up. Idiom compound words. Right? Requires compound words. Mostly we use this for noun. So 2 or more words that have been grouped together to create a new word. Group create a new word. So we call it compound word. Okay, I'm still video recording. Okay. And then 2 words are used together to yield a new meaning. So to do that, compound words correct. Write compound as separate words. So will separate a space chart. Compound word 1 word. So or hyphenated word, hyphen kinda, right? Dash lady, hyphen kinda compound word compound hyphenate kinda compound words look for it. So separate people now so at the set hyphen look what we call is compound now, compound words. Okay, so here 3 ways. Tông ni lên tông lên xỉa của nó tông xỉa thì compound words của nó là đây nè mà đi ra tông như của tia mẹ sẽ cái lông xỉ đây nè, right? close compound ရှိမယ် open compound ရှိမယ် hyphenated compound ရှိမယ် right closed compound ကတော့ဘာဖြစ်မလဲဆိုတော့ join a form ပုံစံတစ်ခု a single word စကားလုံးတစ်လုံးထဲရဲ့ပုံစံတစ်ခု single form ပုံစံကိုသုံးတာ a single word form တစ်လုံးထဲထွက်လာတယ်ဟုတ်ပြီနော်နှစ်ခုပေါင်းမှနှလုံးပေါ်မှာတစ်လုံးထဲ single word တစ်လုံးမဲ့ထွက်လာတဲ့ပုံစံ door knock ဆိုတော့ခုနတကား bullet ကိုင်နေဟုတ်လား door knock နောက်တစ်ခု open compounds ကကျတော့ spell as two words နှလုံးစကားလုံးနှလုံးကို separate လုပ်ရတယ်ပိုက်ချ ice နဲ့ cream နဲ့ပေါင်း ice cream အလယ်မှာဗာနဲ့ခြားတယ် space ခြားတယ် right ice cream we call open compound and hyphenated compounds like two words joined by a hyphen example long term ကဒီမှာပါချင်လဲ hyphen လေးရှိတယ် right so this is hyphenated compound sometimes more than two words can form in a compound နှလုံးထပ်ပို့ပြီးရောစကားလုံးနှလုံးထပ်ပို့ပြီးသုံးရတဲ့အခါလေးရှိရယ် for example mother in law သုံးလုံးဖြစ်သွားတယ် right so this is hyphenated compound two hyphens right okay so this is number 2 compound words the first one idiomatics so here compound words ကဘာပြောချင်တာလဲ foot နဲ့ ball နဲ့ပေါင်းတော့ဘာဖြစ်လဲ football so ဒါကဘာ compound လဲဘာ compound လဲ open compound လား closed compound လား hyphenated compound လား
Close
compound.
right how about this one on net chair tooth and brush lip and stick
Lipstick.
right lipstick ဆိုပြီးတော့အဲ့ခါမှာကိုအဲ့တောင်မှာတော့ပြန်လိုက်လို့ရလား lip နဲ့ stick ကို Yeah, I'm chair of your arms or a chair, our arms or let, hey, chairs or tankong, let tankong, but we cannot know that one, right? So, and the cool bound a day better low tolar, that's a new word. So, we call this compound word, right? Tooth and brush, toothbrush, brush got to net. Lip in a stick so lipstick so the color not idiom paradigm idiom ကလည်းသူ့ရဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ်ကိုသိအောင်တိတိကျကျကိုလုံးစစ်ပတ်စိတ်ကိုပြန်လို့မရဘူးနော်ဒီမှာလဲတိ compound ဆိုလဲအဲ့တိုင်းပဲနှစ်ခုပေါင်းမှနှလုံးတစ်လုံးစကားလုံးနှလုံးပေါင်းမှသူကလုံးတစ်လုံးပြန်ထွက်တဲ့အဓိပ္ပာယ် meaning new meanings ပြန် right okay so another one okay do you understand the first compound word ပထမဆုံးဒီ compound words တွေပေါ့နော်ထဲမှာမှ number 1 closed compound okay closed compound ကိုသွားမယ်ဆိုတော့ number 1 လား okay so words come together to form one new larger word more larger word ပို့ပြီးတော့ရှည်တဲ့စကားစာလုံးတစ်လုံးကိုဖွဲ့စည်းပေးတာတူစလုံးနှလုံးကလာပြီးဖွဲ့စည်းပေးမယ် combine to create a new words and စလုံးနှလုံးကပေါင်းစည်းလိုက်တယ်ပေါင်းစည်းပြီးတော့သူကဘာလုပ်လဲစကားလုံးအသစ်တစ်လုံးကို create လုပ်တယ်နော်ဖန်တီးပေးလိုက်တယ်ဆိုတော့ because it's compound close compound and the individual words individual ဆိုတာက individual တယောက်ချင်းစီတစ်ခုချင်းစီစကားလုံးတစ်လုံးချင်းစီက that make up each new word တစ်လုံးချင်းစီကအသစ်တွေပြန်ပြီးတော့စလုံးအသစ်ကိုသူကပြန်ပေးရပေါ့နော်ဟိုကထပ်ပြီးပြန်ထွက်လာတဲ့စကားလုံးကို compound words လို့ခေါ်တယ် okay so close compound က here example waistcoat waistcoat ကခါတော့လည်းဝတ်တဲ့ဟာပေါ့နော် waistcoat လက်ပြလေး railနဲ့road နဲ့ mailbox sun နဲ့ break and fast right breakfast and breakfast notes super and so right waistcoat books store fire so 2 note နဲ့ book နဲ့ပေါင်းတော့စလုံးအသက်တစ်လုံးထွက်လာတဲ့ notebook right new words they create new words so this is called close compound okay so do you understand close compound
Yes.
Okay. Okay, can you think about some words, something that related with close compound?
Marker.
Mark?
Marker.
Now belong to here, right? Only ear.
Whiteboard.
White and board. Whiteboard, right?
Whiteboard.
Lap and top, laptop. Cell phone, right?
Oh.
Cell phone, cell phone. And what else?
Background.
Chopstick.
Chopstick. Yeah,
Stick.
chopstick. Yep. All right, so football. Yeah, earlier football. So we call it like compound word. Closed compound, right? This is closed compound. Firefighter.
Fireflyer.
Okay. Firefly. All right. It's okay. All right. Firefighter. Okay. Fireman. Same. So this is called closed compound. All right. Okay. So second one is open compound. Number 2, open compound. So what is an open compound? It appears separated by space. 2 words and separate space. They got space. There's space. Right? So here appeared as 2 words. Space. 1 meaning only. And 2 single words walk together to form a new word. Right? It makes a new noun. And that make up works make a new words. Belong to Z that makes along a bit to be there. Look be there. So we call it as open. So we have a living room, food and moon. Right? Like baby there, la. So baby there la, no? Full moon, la pido. So la pido, like full moon, like something like that. Real and estate. Real ne estate. Ice ne cream ne. Hot ne dog ne. So hot ka pu dog, right? Pu ne dog ka kui. So diamond na ku pang na day but it the hot dog. So sare hot dog one. Real estate. Dinner table. Coffee mark. Peanut butter. Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts, right? Boy Scout. So we have. And what else do you have? Like other words, you know.
Con boy.
Okay.
Liverpool.
What else?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Liverpool is a name of the noun, right?
Soya sauce.
Huh?
Mustard sauce.
Sauce. Okay, mustard sauce. Yeah, mustard sauce. Tom yum sauce. So for me, bad at no. Tom yum sauce, mustard sauce. Hot pot. Hot pot. Okay. All right. So this is câu nghe đi ra gì vậy? Nó công phu để em nghe just like a long nego về. Vocabulary below sheet the list we have that. I like just give you some explanation only. Everybody knows that one. Okay, so this is compound or open compound. Okay, so after closed compound, open compound, another one is hyphenated compound, right? So hyphenated compounds, 2 separate words are joined together by hyphen. Hyphen, hyphen, not a set word. No lakhana, right? Placed before a noun, it modifies. Now, but not if placed after noun. Now, and we are individual words that make us in a new word. For example, long term. Long term. On campus housing. Mother-in-law. Good-hearted. Merry-go-round. Do you know merry-go-round? Merry-go-round, amusement park တွေမှာ amusement park you know merry-go-round ပတ်ပြီးစီးတဲ့ဟာလေချစ်ပြီးတော့လေဖျားပွဲတွေမှာ okay we call it around
Chasida. Chasida.
big wheel
เป็น
wheel เดี๋ยวလေမြင်းစီးတဲ့ဟာလေမြင်းရဲ့ရုပ်ကလေးတွေနဲ့လေ merry-go-round
ชาซี
yeah no I don't know how to say that one
merry-go-round
merry-go-round yeah
การ
And then-
เรียน
okay full-time worker and up to date right a long-term solution check in up to date ဆိုတော့သူတို့အတိတ်ကတိတ်ပဲ hyphen နဲ့ခါတယ်ပေါ့ဒါပေမဲ့နောက်ပိုင်းကိုရီစာရေးတဲ့ခါမှာဒါလေးဒီ hyphen လေးဒီခါလေးမထည့်တော့ right မထည့်ဘဲနဲ့သုံးတယ် we sometimes we don't use it but actually the meanings that they have that the real word is they have hyphen so you will notice that sometimes when you type something in the email you send an email right sometimes now Google just really help you for your grammar right so that time if you forget the hyphen they will just let you give hyphen to with the you know, right okay so this is hyphenated compound okay so write 5 compound nouns for each compound like 5 for a close compound how many words do you know more this is how think about how many vocabulary that you can make 5 I think 5 will be little right maybe 10 will be great that you can think more the more you think it's like sharpening right sharpening your thoughts so 5 compounds for each compound 5 for a closed compound 5 for the open compound 5 for the hyphenated compound all right okay